My journey with JustUs has been nothing short of life-changing. I remember coming to Chennai in 2007 from Dayton, Ohio, where I was at the time teaching and researching post-colonial studies at a university in the US. And the whole house was aglow and a buzz with theatre work. My mother was at the time directing a play she had written, Flame of the Forest, and this was 2007. And all these wonderful artists were walking in and out of the house. People like Venkatraman Balakrishnan, V. Balakrishnan of Theatre Nisha, Priyadarshini Govind, Bharatanatyam dancer, and Maithili Prakash, all of whom were extraordinary at what they did. And so I got to watch them work through the process of the play and the creative process with Akhila Ramnarayan, and I saw the kind of amazing give and take that was happening between artists. Savita Narasimhan was also involved, and I got to sing a little bit for that play. And then after that, I moved on to a little bit of acting with a role in Water Lilies in 2008, and after that there was no looking back. I was heavily involved in every aspect of JustUs work. I met several wonderful performers through the work I did here, and most extraordinary for me was the fact that I watched the written word, which my mother had always been so wonderful at bringing to life, become part of a community, part of theatrical communion. And this is something I'd never experienced as a solitary writer and scholar. Yes, I did teach, but most of my thinking and processing in terms of literature or the arts had been alone. And now to do it holding hands in solidarity with so many others who are working in so many different genres was brilliant. It was a brilliant experience for me. And to have to enact every aspect of what one thought in the body, this was a mega challenge for somebody who had lived in her head for so many years. Another profound aspect of theatre work for me with Akhila Ramnarayan is the way in which she would conceptualize something. It would start with one character, one idea, one seed, and then it would become something completely different. You never knew what form it was going to take, whether it would be a play about ancient Babylon, a monodrama, which Bala did, or a two-character play, or an 11-character ensemble, as she did with Sudandhira Bhumi, Indira Panthasathi's novel, which she adapted as Land of the Free. You never knew what avenues her imagination would take. After all, she had this magnificent sort of backdrop, this artistic canvas with which she was working. She had music, Carnatic music. She had film. She'd been a film juror for many years. She'd been a journalist with the Hindu for several years. She had also written children's stories. She was an author in her own right. And all these experiences together, I think, make her who she is. I think she just uses every available tool to get at some of the profound experiences and truths of what it means to be alive in the world today. An ancient story from mythology never stays there. It becomes relevant to us. It becomes something that we need to think about in the now. As you will see with When Things Fall Apart, the play we're doing as part of Just Fest on June 24th. The premiere is going to happen here in Chennai. And When Things Fall Apart, it's a kind of it's set in the Mahabharata times, but it is India's heart of darkness, if you will, or it could be a futuristic Oryx and Crake, Margaret Atwood's brilliant novel about what happens after a Holocaust. And the burden that my character Ashwathama bears in When Things Fall Apart is the weight of this history of terrible genocide and terrible war. And what do you do when you're the last person remaining and you have to see all the wreckage and carnage around you. How do you act? What is your dharma? And that's a question that we're all asking on an imperiled planet. The other play we're doing, Dark Horse, is another incredible experience. It's a conversation between a poet and a journalist, and in that you really see how a single creative force, a single poet, struggles with questions of fame and commerce and creativity, and how to keep yourself sane and true to your craft and true to your art in an age where everything is pulling you away from that kind of integrity and that kind of truth. How did he manage to hold on? That's the question we're all asking ourselves. We want to be true. We want to stay connected. We want to do our work with love, and we want to embrace our audiences as sahridayas. And I think Dark Horse makes us revisit not only Kolitkar's creativity and Kolitkar's craft and Kolitkar's magnificent poetry, but also our own most soul-searing questions about what it means to be alive, what it means to be an artist, and what it means to be in the world today. So I'm incredibly delighted to be part of this 10th year celebration for JustUs Repertory, and very grateful to our partners, Chennai Art Theatre, B. Charles, for helping us put this festival together, and we hope all of you will come, and we hope you will embrace the work we're doing with love. Thank you.